We need to have a talk about our next OTS pack and honestly what we're going to expect from this. It's always disappointment and absolute disappointment, but make sure you guys smash the link, crap out, subscribe button, so you guys don't miss out on more on content. So we're going to start off over here with the Fiend Smith stuff. So by the time that this OTS pack was being designed, or at least I guess the question has been, what is Konami going to upgrade? Because, we've been through, well, we're heading on into the fourth quarter century set out here. And Fiend Smith really, you haven't... Desiree was a low rarity card. Sequence kind of floating around out here, kind of in like this awkward place. Engraver and Lacrima both have, QCRs, but, does reprinting Engraver in an ultimate rare seem like a good call? Or do we go after Lacrima in an ultimate rare? Or do we go after Desiree and give it an ultimate rare? I am honestly kind of leaning towards either Lacrima or Desiree being in this set as potential ultimate rarity upgrades, just for what they are. Now, I do think Engraver technically makes the most sense out here. Everybody's like, hey, we need an Engraver reprint. Hey, Konami, can we get this? And can we get that Engraver reprint? Can we do this? Unfortunately, the way things are right now, if they are going to reprint Engraver, it would make more sense to do it in the quarter century set so it gets all the rarities so everybody can get it as opposed to dropping it as an OTS ulti. But keep in mind that one of the three, Lacrima, Engraver, or the Desiree, would make sense for the window that this was designed. And of course, I think Sequence is going to get a super. It makes the most sense to give Sequence a rarity upgrade, and then we can go ahead and do one of the other three. Right? That's what you totally want, right? You want more Fiend Smith cards? I mean, some people do. Other people are just, they're ready to wash their hands with this and get rid of it. And I don't necessarily, dislike that. But Stampede does have a major effect on what we are expecting from this set. So now let's get into the Bystials here. So we are very much expecting with the final rarity collection set that we are going to get some Bystial reprints. Magna Hut, Druisworm, Baldric are all primary candidates for this. But then there's Lubellion. Lubellion's kind of the weird example that breaks the mold here because Lubellion already has a quarter century. So if they toss it into the Stampede set, it means it gets every rarity other than QCR to keep up with their reprint policy, and then we call it a day there. But is it, does Lubellion check the marks out here to be the Diabellstar of the set? I do think so. As much as I'm sitting here going, Lubellion is what it is. The card has been an incredibly strong standalone power. Well, it's not even standalone because you're playing through Lubellion to go search for potential 3 targets, which are Baldric, Druisworm, and Magna Hut. In order to do this, I would kill. I would just be so ecstatic to get a Magna Hut in Ultimate Rare. I think that'd be cool, but I think as of filming this, Lubellion is probably one of the other primary candidates. Honestly, the perfect OTS pack would be Lubellion and Engraver as QCR picks, but you gotta kind of think about that. From the era in which this pack was being designed was back October, November last year, if that. So the Bystials do make sense, but also, we don't know what's going on with Stampede. If they do the Diabellstar effect with this and here's your ultimate rare, and then they drop it in Stampede a month later, it just kind of invalidates, the whole OTS pack. So it is what it is, I feel like at this point. But I'm willing to see where this one goes. Ulti Lubellion would be cool. So what about Kashtira, this is, who has not had an ultimate rare yet? Unicorn. And I feel like at this point in time, Fenrir already got its ultimate rare. We've already seen how incredibly stupid Fenrir is as a card, but the Kashtira stuff has been around for a while. And I know for a fact that all the Speedroid players would be very happy to have Unicorn because it's the one of. It's free level 7 wind monster that I can special summon and I can play in this. It makes sense because, we have the Speedroid stuff coming out in Supreme Darkness. Konami would look at Unicorn as a potential rarity upgrade and go, hey, we understand what you guys want, and I'm not opposed to seeing the upgrade on the Unicorn, But it's like, you have so many better potential picks out here. Like, Lubellion and Engraver are way better picks than going after Kashtira Unicorn. Like, it feels like a waste of reprint equity. And of course, you know, Kashtira and Unicorn are expected to be in Stampede. Like, both of these cards have literally ran this format. I feel like, what, every copy of Fenrir at this point has been $25. Actually, it's like 20. I was going a little bit too high there. All right, so that's one thing to think about here. All right, because you have expected reprint value on this, I think Unicorn actually dodges this OTS pack and doesn't make it as an ulti. Though, like I said, it makes sense that they would consider it, given the fact that we have the Speedroid support, you know, dropping in Supreme Darkness, kind of as a tie-in to that. But there's too much time between these OTS packs and things like that to really give like an accurate, are we going to go for the past, or are we going to go for the future out here in terms of, you know, getting these cards some of their crucial power-ups. Dominus, Impulse, and Purge being in this set as ultimate rare, or one of the two of them being a potential upgrade. So you have to remember, Blue Eyes already got announced that Sage was our amazing ultimate rare upgrade. Ooh. So the other discussion that's kind of been throwing around out here is, you know, what if Konami just wants to pull out all the stops here and just go after reprinting Dominus as an ultimate rare? Well, I'm not against that, actually. The fact that Dominus has a QCR, you have the secret rare for it, and you go ahead and print it as an ultimate rare, I don't think that that would be all that hated by the community at all. Printing, obviously, Engraver and Lubellion, I feel like at this point, well, at least Engraver and is a much more desired reprint. Lubellion is kind of, I mean, it's a little bit cheaper than Dominus, which is fine, but it depends on, you know, how many slots do we want to dedicate to Blue Eyes out here, you know. And I don't foresee us getting a Dominus reprint until the tins, honestly. Stampede reprints? Megatin equity? Or giving an immediate reprint for something that's already a secret and a QCR, dropping it as an ultimate rare and producing something. That is the line of thought here for this. Once again, I think that the Dominuses are going to dodge this set. I think it's a cool idea. Don't get me wrong. I'm too set on the thought of, you know, Engraver or Lacrima getting those rarity upgrades, and then Lubellion just being that major. Like, I'm too set in this thought process out here for the idea of this. But, you know, this OTS bag is going to be awful, no matter how we're going to spin this. All right, you can sit here and you can go, oh, you know, there's a lot of cool options. Yeah. There are. I'm still waiting on my Ash Blossom Ultimate Rare. All right? Don't get me wrong. But we'll see where it comes. Now, I actually have Gold Sarcophagus listed here. But what I actually just wanted to kind of mention here is some sort of Malice rarity upgrade. I kind of thought long and hard about this. And, you know, Lord Darkness already has an ultimate rare. They're not going to do another one of that. They're not going to toss, you know, technically Gold Sark already has an ultimate rare as well. I was going down, like, just the list of cards that Malice kind of has going for it. And considering, you know, Konami literally already said, hey, we're printing cards for future releases out here. It isn't against the idea that they could toss in an ultimate rare for either Rizal or Malice. I think it's a complete and utter waste if we do that when we've got cards like Lubellion and Engraver out here that could use it much more. But I wouldn't be against having Gold Sarcophagus as an ultimate rare. Problem is, though, if you're printing a card that's limited to one, you know, it's automatically going to come out of the pack as, what, like $8-10? If that, and that's already going to discourage people from wanting to go to locals. So I don't like that. I don't like that it feels like we are taking down that, you know, the value tree from people when there's just better options available to this. But time will tell what they're going to pick. So what do you want to see out of this OTS pack? I still want to see Ultimate Ash Blossom enjoy the spring. I really do, but you know, I'm cool with the wait for this. We'll have to wait and see. I do have a Twins of the Eclipse discussion I want to have on this OTS pack as well, because the rarity on that actually is dictating quite possibly what's to come in this set. But you guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.